Okay, so yeah, of course, yeah. All right. Look, I'm not trying to change your life. I'm just trying to give you some information. All right. Okay, so I'm a soldier. You know that. Um, so I'm also a cook. I'm a cook and I'm a soldier, and I have to not only cook food, but I also have to be physically fit because I'm tested on that. They test me on it. And army cooks are notorious for failing physical fitness tests. Um, because Well, because we have all this food. We have the food. We have it, right? Um, the reason cooks are so bad at it is because, uh, we don't. There's no incentive really for us not to consume it, except for a physical fitness test. But humans are weak. We're weak. Um, and the beautiful thing about being a cook in the army is that we regulate all the other soldiers. Well, if they have a meal card, we regulate their intake. And there's this whole big thing like about them being athletes. They're soldier athletes. And it is a thing. Like, okay, so this whole thing is going on, and yet, breakfast the same. Breakfast in the army has not changed for 1,000 years. It is the same. You get the same breakfast every day. When we come into work, we already know what we're cooking. We don't need a production schedule. We don't need some higher up to tell us what to cook. We already know what to cook. And it's a fucking smorgasbord. Like if you ever came to a military post, and they let you on, and you came to a dining facility and had like a true to life army breakfast, you would be like, holy shit, what the fuck are you guys eating? I'm talking about everything. Anything you could possibly imagine you could eat for breakfast, we're doing it. Pancakes, French toast, syrup, butter, eggs, scrambles, omelets, fucking bacon, sausage, milk, everything, all this fatty ass shit, right? We're doing it. You could have whatever you want too. We're serving it. We're pumping these motherfuckers full of this shit. The best breakfast you will ever have, really, in my opinion, and I love breakfast. Breakfast is my favorite fucking meal. Is army breakfast. Army breakfast is legit. You get an army breakfast, you're like, oh my god, I don't even want to go to work now. But we send them to work. That's what we do. We feed them all this fucking shit. But it's not shit. It's like protein, carbs, milk, fruit, juice. It may seem like shit, but it's fuel. Like we're feeding them like a fuck ton of fuel. We're just like injecting it straight into their fucking veins. And that's good. And then that's like our biggest meal of the day. Second biggest meal of the day, lunch. Right? They come in, they get the chicken, peas and carrots, rice. Because this is the shit we serve them. Like, we don't serve them a whole bunch of bullshit at lunch. Like, they can go, like, we have a short order side and they can get a hamburger and french fries and shit. But we don't serve a whole lot of that. Like, most of what we serve is, like, chicken and meatloaf and fucking, protein. And then, like, rice and mashed potatoes and vegetables. Like, that's what we serve during lunch. Dinner, no one's there. It's like crickets chirping. It's like your birds chirping. Because they burn the shit all off. Like, they don't want to be there. Breakfast is after they've already got off work. Dinner. Yeah, after they've already gone off work. Like, they don't want to come back to the dining facility. Because the fact of the matter is, the shit we serve at dinner time is basically leftovers from lunch. And and they don't want that shit anyway. But and it's not even that it's bad food. Like, we cook good food. Like, it's like I said, it's like chicken, you know, pepper steak, meatloaf, fucking, you know, chicken a la king, or whatever it is. Like we cook them a decent lunch. They just don't want it for dinner. So they go back to the room and like munch on chips or fucking, you know, Lunchables or whatever, you know, but it basically like gets them by until the next morning when they come through and like gorge out on breakfast again. And that's how the shit works, is like, you know, they're not doing shit after they get off. At 1700, they're not doing shit. Like, why would you serve these motherfuckers a big ass fucking dinner after 1700? Because they're not doing shit. They're gonna go back to their rooms and play Call of Duty, jack off, and go to sleep. Like, that's pretty much like the schedule for these motherfuckers. But from 06 all the way up to then, yeah, they're fucking burning calories for real. They're burning calories for real. But we don't give them a great dinner. Like, that is not a thing that happens. So I'm just saying, if what I said earlier, if you flip the script, eat whatever the fuck you want for dinner. Just gorge yourself. Slam that shit down your throat. Fucking pancakes, eggs, bacon, biscuits, and gravy. All that shit. Like, if you were eating this kind of shit that you could eat at breakfast at dinner, you would be a fucking monster ass, fat ass fucking... But you can slam all that shit down at breakfast, because throughout the day you're gonna burn all that shit off anyway. That's just calories that you're already gonna be using anyway. Like, you know, it doesn't even matter. And then at lunch, the same thing, man. Like, okay, okay, got through breakfast. I'll slam some more of that shit down. Give me the fucking mashed potatoes, chicken, peas and carrots, gravy. Give me the fucking dinner rolls, all that shit. But it's like, it's compensated. You got like the fresh fruit. You got anything you want. Just slam shit down. And then after 1300, you're like, whew, okay, just got to get through 4 more hours of work. And you burn that shit off instantly. And then dinner time comes around and you're like, okay, I'm off work now. So what do I want to eat? Like, you know, it doesn't matter at that point, because you don't have anything, you know, from 1930 to 05 that's of any importance that you're gonna need calories for. So you're like, yeah, I'm just gonna have, you know, a chicken breast, you know, some rice, and, you know, some vegetables and some fucking, or whatever. We fill these soldiers up on sugar, carbs, protein, all that shit really early in the day, because when it comes time to work, we're like, you need to fucking work, maggot. Get back to work. But when dinner time comes around, everybody's off. Everybody's off work. Nobody's doing shit. And so we're like, fucking, you know, we don't feed them that shit. You know, we give them leftovers from lunch, which they don't even want anyway. And they're like, yeah, no thanks. I'm just gonna take a chicken thigh and some rice and some peas and carrots and go back to my room and fall asleep. And that's how it works. So I'm just telling you, man, like, I don't care, like, how people look or what, you know, how people do anything. I don't care. I'm a cook. I'm a soldier. I'm just telling you, like, this is how we make it work. Because those soldiers have to pass a physical fitness test every 6 months. They don't have a choice. If they don't pass it, they get kicked out. And that's how we do it. Is that we fucking feed them all the bullshit that they could ever want. Donuts, fucking pancakes, anything they want at breakfast time. You could have whatever you want, promise. Army breakfast is fucking retarded, man. We'll give you whatever you want, bro. The fucking cheesy eggs, omelet, anything. Fucking buttery ass grits. We got this fucking container full of just melted butter. And you could put that shit on your pancakes and your grits. And you could just go to town on this. We don't give a shit. You're gonna burn all that shit off by fucking 1800. We don't give a shit. Eat that shit. Eat it. It's calories. That's gonna get you through the day. What we don't want you to do is eat all that bullshit at dinner time, because what are you gonna do? You're gonna go back to your room, you're gonna play Call of Duty, sleep, and all that shit's gonna wind up on your stomach or wherever else you like accumulate, bad food. So we want you to eat all that bullshit early. That's why we make breakfast fucking tits. Army breakfast is tits. You will never eat a better breakfast. You go to Denny's, IHOP, some fucking, privately owned bullshit in your hometown that does breakfast or whatever. It is not gonna beat Army breakfast. I promise you. We got everything. Everything. Corned beef, hash, all that fucking esoteric shit. We got it. We got it, and we will stuff it in your fucking face. You will eat that shit. And that's because we know that you're gonna burn all that shit off in a couple hours anyway. We don't fucking care. But for dinner time, you're getting like chicken or fish and like vegetables and like some rice. And that's what we got for you, bro. Eat it. That's how army feeding works. Hope you like my rant.